What's going on, guys? Ange here, Fishhound Outdoors, coming at you with another history episode. So today we're on what at the time was called Moosehorn Pond. It is now called Arnold Pond. We're on the upper end of it, kind of where the inlet flows in. And behind me, the mountain in the distance is called Luis Mountain. And so at this point of the expedition, Arnold had dispatched the 50 men to go on to the first French settlement. And what he did is he left 2 bateaux here as a marker for his men, and he carried himself over the height of land behind me onto the swamps of the Meganic. Hearing reports that some men got lost, he ordered the vast majority of his men to go around wide to the east to try to avoid the swamps, but unfortunately some men did get hopelessly lost in the swamps there on the other side of the mountain behind me. So he took a small detachment of men and a few bateaux, and he carried on successfully to the first French settlement. And the French, at great cost to the American expedition, charged them for provisions such as oxen, blankets, and tents. And oxen were marched up the Chatière River to almost to the Meganic Lake behind me, and they were slaughtered, and every man passing was given meat. So this is the second supplemental ration besides the oxen that were killed down on the Great Carry. And these men carried on through the Chatière, which is the start of the downhill run. This is the end of the uphill run. Once they cross over, it's all downhill to Quebec City. They carried on to Quebec City, and ultimately Arnold's expedition of about 600 men met up with Montgomery's men who had invaded Montreal and came up to St. Lawrence, and they met up. At this time it was November. A lot of the men's enlistments ran out at the end of the year. They hoped that the English would come out and fight them on the Plains of Abraham. Unfortunately, that never occurred. They had to do an assault on the city. Montgomery was killed in the opening volley of the pincer move that him and Arnold were trying. Arnold did successfully get himself into the old city, or the lower city, and they held up in a blockhouse for some time, but ultimately the assault was unsuccessful, kind of ending the Arnold expedition through the